Okay, so great evening once again. This is Akash Bhagat from the CEO of International Communication in the Institution Family. Today we are here for the amazing summit, Awaken, the leader within. Yeah, as everyone know, any person, whatever he or she doing, we need leadership qualities in daily life. If we are leader, we can contribute to others' need. So first we started this year's first summit we started with leadership. And today's occasion also is very auspicious because today is the Jayanti of Swami Vivekananda and we celebrate in India as the National Youth Day. It's a National Youth Day and the person who brings the qualities or habits for a leader, he was an amazing leader. We think we can, by learning him, by studying him, we can be leader as the human being. So without wasting so much time, I first wish you very happy New Year and welcome on this wonderful platform. So today we have amazing great speaker with us from Peru. So we have Mr. Professor Upen Garcia from Peru. He's a professor, a rival speaker. So welcome, sir. And
Great. Thank you very much for your kind invitation to speak today through a very important topic. Ladies and gentlemen, young leaders from every corner of the globe, whether you're tuning in from the bustling streets of Lagos, the vibrant markets of Mumbai, the innovative hubs of Silicon Valley, or the resilient communities of Lima, Peru, welcome. Today, I stand before you not as a distant authority, but as a fellow traveler on this journey of transformation. I am here to ignite a fire within you. The theme, awaken, leader within, your vision and nation building. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, look in the mirror, and see not just a student, a dreamer, or a citizen, but a leader. Not the kind with titles or offices, but the kind who changes destinies. Because here's the truth. Every great nation was built by youth who dared to awaken that leader inside. Think of Malala Yousafzai, shot for believing in education, now a global force. Or Greta Thunberg, a Swedish teen who sparked a climate revolution. Or the young activists in Kenya's Green Belt movement, planting trees that still stabilized soil and empowered communities. These aren't exceptions. They're proof that the leader within you, is waiting to awaken. But awakening starts with a question. Who are you really? Too often, we let the world define us, but our grades, our likes on social media, our family's expectations, we scroll through lives that look perfect and think, I'm not enough. Stop right now. La leader within is that quiet voice saying, you are enough and more. It's the resilience you got you through failure. the empathy that moves you to help a stranger, the curiosity that questions you not. Let me share a story from my own life. As a young teacher in Peru, I faced classrooms overflowing with potential but starved of opportunity. Kids from San Isidro to the Andes dreamed big, but systems said no. One day, a 16-year-old girl named Sofia stood up and said, "Teacher, teach us to lead, not just to pass exams." That moment awakened my leader with them. We built a youth council. Simple meetings turned into community projects, clean rivers, literacy drives, sustainable farms. Sofia, she's now leading ecotourism initiatives that sustain her village. One awakening sparked a ripple. Yours can too. So, how do we awaken? First, embrace your vision. Vision isn't a vague dream, it's a vivid blueprint. Youth, you are the first generation to inherit a world of artificial intelligence wonders and climate crisis, pandemics, and possibilities. Your vision must be bold. Ask, what does my nation, my world, look like in 2030? Thriving, united, sustainable, painted. In Nigeria, youth visions birthed think tech giants like Paystack, lifting millions from poverty. In India, young codes envision digital India, connecting villages to the world. In Brazil, favela innovators dream of green cities amid favelas. Your vision isn't fantasy, it's fuel. Second, cultivate courage over comfort. Leaders don't wait for permission, they act. Remember that Arab Spring, youth in Tunisia, Egypt, armed with phones and passion, topped dictators, or the Hong Kong protests, where students held umbrellas against tear gas for democracy. Courage is an absence of fear, it's action despite it. In your life, it means speaking up in class against bullying, starting a club for mental health, or coding an app for local farmers. Comfort zones build followers. Courage forges leaders. Third, master the mindset of service. True leaders build, they don't boast. Nation building demands we see ourselves as servants. In Rwanda, post-genocide, youth rebuilt with Umaganda, community service days that turned scars into strength. In South Korea, the miracle of the ham rose from the war rings because young minds prioritized collective good. Ask, how can I serve? Mentor a child? Innovate for clean energy? Your service scales your vision. Now, let's connect this nation building. Nations aren't marble monuments. They're living ecosystems shaped by youth energy. Globally, over 1.8 billion of you, half the world's population under 30, hold the power. Yet, in too many places, you are sidelined. 70% youth unemployment in parts of Africa, stiff voices in authoritarian regions, climate refugees by 2050 if we fail. But flip it, youth vision builds nations. Consider Estonia. After Soviet collapse, youth tech wizards built e-governance, digital voting, e-health, making it the world's famous wired nation. In my Peru, my country, youth led Turismo Sostenible, sustainable tourism. Initiatives blend culture and conservation, creating jobs without exploiting Machu Picchu's legacy. Imagine in the US, Gen Z pushes gun reform and equity. In the Philippines, youth fight corruption via social media. In South Africa, they honor Mandela by tackling inequality. You are the architects. Build with innovation. Use artificial intelligence for education in rural India, blockchain for the transparent aid in Syria. Build with inclusivity, unite across divides, rich, poor, urban, rural, black, white, indigenous, global. Build with sustainability, plant 1 trillion trees as youth campaigns demand. Your nations rise when you awaken. But warnings, friends, don't let division dim your light. Social media and algorithm pit ups, east versus west, north versus south, rise above. Don't chase viral fame, chase impact. And don't delay. Time is your ally, but inaction is your thief. So here's your call to action. A youth vision pledge. Repeat after me. In your heart or aloud. I awaken the leader within by envisioning a better tomorrow today. I act with courage, serve with heart, and build with unity. The world is yours. Thank you very much. Greetings from Peru.
Thank you, sir, for wonderful sharing. And today is the first summit by this international for this new year, and for the first speaker. So, congratulations and thank you for joining us on this amazing evening. So, I would like to invite our one more guest speaker with us. Like to invite Vanta Awasthi ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. She's certified life educator and he has contributed in many different fields. So, come ma'am and take.
So, great evening, Akash, and great evening to all of you here on this platform. Wish you all a very, very happy 2026 ahead. And Akash, I hope we'll be planning a lot of events in 2026 also, new ventures and new meetings. And I hope a lot of more people will be joining us, I believe. Right. And thank you so much for today's summit because today whatever we are today is the first I think meeting we are having in 2026, and it is such a wonderful day to be together. Akash, you make us feel all young by making us join on this National Youth Day, and On behalf of entire ABCD family, I wish Swami Vivekanand, wherever he is, a very happy birthday, and we thank him for inspiring us uh, uh, throughout the life with all his teachings and with all his inspirational deeds which he had done in very short span of life. I think उनकी life बहुत छोटी थी, and in such a small time, he has contributed so much to the society that even after years of his passing away, we are still remembering him as the dynamic youth of our nation. I think that is a very big honor towards him, and we all salute him to be the way he was. Uh, as per my topic today, I am supposed to talk on the role of ethics with leadership, and I think everybody, at least on this platform, are going to believe that ethics is something which should not be overlooked at all, not only in leadership but in every walk of life. मेरे हिसाब से ethics, if I come to my language and I speak about it, um, can anybody on this platform tell me what do they understand with the word ethics? I would want somebody to come out. What is the meaning of the word ethics? Please unmute yourself and please let us have a interactive session basically so that we can discuss lot of things. Is anybody interested here? Okay. So, since there are international speakers also around, and I think I should stick up to English only, that will be better. So, according to me, ethics means it is actually a set of values in which human behavior is judged by the way whether it is right or whether it is wrong. So, there is a set of guidelines which is being established to decide about a particular mode of human behavior, isn't it? And if you talk about leader, what is a leader? At least come out of it. Akash, not you, because you are as such are a leader on this platform. Uh, can anybody else define what is the meaning of a leader? I think many are not on board, so no issues. Leader, as all of us know, is actually the one who is supposed to lead a team, a project, or an organization, or any venture of the life, isn't it? Leading means what? Everybody is looking up to you, basically. So, leadership skill means you are having a skill to drag a group of people with you and make them do a particular type of work, or you can make them come to the same platform for some particular thought process, some particular project in future, and do something contributory either to the organization or to the society. But you have to also remember that if you are a leader, then everybody is looking up to you, isn't it? Looking up to you in every sense. They are looking up to you, they are dependent on you, they are having some I think they have got um, some ambitions. They are looking up to you to help them fulfill that ambitions. They are looking up to you to get a plan idea from you. They are looking up to you to make them work with you. So, my point is that there is a team, there is a group of people who is constantly getting inspired by everything you are doing. The way you are working, the way you are talking, the way you are planning, the way you are wearing, the way you are behaving, the way you are itself is a motivation for them. So, since leaders are always having a basic role of dragging people, of motivating people, continuously getting work done from the people, so ethics definitely play a very important role in leadership, isn't it? अगर ऐसा नहीं होता तो in India, you know, in UPSC there is a government exam which is actually for preparing administrative officers who are actually running the country throughout, irrespective of what is the government around here. So this entire administrative lot is having a subject called ethics. In 2013, ethics was introduced as a subject for them. So definitely, the value of morals, the value of moral qualities has been recognized by our government, and the soul had come from Vivekananda only. I remember Vivekananda was the first person, I think, to speak out loudly that there is no spiritual leader around in the world. The best spiritual leader a person can have is his own soul, and if you listen to your soul, then there are a lot of things which which you start doing on your own, which are having high moral standards, and these moral standards have to be met, especially when you are a leader. You have to keep them in mind: your integrity, your sincerity, your the mode of working. Everything should have some values attached to them, because people are looking for you, isn't it? Uh, Also, Swami Vivekananda had said that he was the first one to demand that we want that education by which character is formed. These were his words. We want that education system which will be helping us in building the character, because the strength of mind is something that has to be increased in the citizens. So, leadership, according to me, is not just being able to fulfill the targets, it is basically about character, about integrity, about work ethics, and hence, there is no question that we should look beyond, look towards a leadership which is not having ethical values. There are many movies, at least in India, which have been made on these principles. Uh, since many of us are on this platform, I find many people are in education system. So, do I think some of you must have ever felt that, see, when a child is in school, we usually realize that uh, the child is fan of a particular senior or a particular teacher or principal, and sometimes some children are there who are diehard fan of a particular person, isn't it? But then one day, if the child finds that that particular person is involved in something which is not ethical, I, I mean to say that if the child feels that the person is being partial, or if he feels that the person is speaking lie, he is not truthful to his colleagues or to his juniors, then automatically the child's heart breaks, and then his faith shatters, and then he doesn't want to believe anybody in the world. So there is a very high responsibility on the leader to be ethical, according to me. Because if you want a good society, if you want a good future of the country, of the organization, you have to actually start believing in the strength of the moral values, isn't it? So I would just highlight with some points which are very important, which will tell you what are the reasons why ethical values are to be followed by leaders. First of all is, it helps in building trust. Just now I gave you an example. Then it promotes a positive work culture. We all will agree to it that if the leaders are following the moral values properly, then there is a very positive work culture. People are not bullying down each other. They are not dragging each other. They are not fighting with each other. They are all together as a team. Then it supports a long term success also. It is not just one venture which has to be completed. There are many ventures which go on, and the leader has to be quite not only positive but also very strong. He has to be tolerant, ignorant also at times, to make the people work together uh, properly, right? Then it enhances the reputation of the organization, as well as it solves the purpose of the team. It fosters a culture of accountability. Definitely, if the leader is accountable to the team has to be accountable to the leader also. It inspires and motivates others also. It reduces the risk of failure. It improves the decision making of the team. It boosts the employee morals also. We know this very well. We have realized it many times. It sets good example for the society also. It encourages transparency also. It supports good governance, fosters innovation. People get time and space to be more creative. It builds a strong relationship and contributes to social responsibility. So, ethics and moral values have their own presence. And I'm seeing the more AI, the more technology is increasing, the more new concepts are coming, the value of ethics is going on increasing day by day, right? So let us all join together with Akash, and let us all take this responsibility of spreading more and more moral values around us, of being more responsible towards motivating the youth towards accepting the realities as they are, and being strong with ethics. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akash.
You, ma'am, for wonderful sharing. So, but yes, value-driven leadership is really important in today's world. We see lots of politicians and big leaders, and many people follow them. And if we follow their values, of course, is something missing. And if we follow actual value-driven leaders, then we can change ourselves and we can change society, and that's really important. And I'm sharing just few things that I'm writing a book. Currently, I have a testimonial from you. It's character building for kids, and in that, I have mentioned 26 different value-based leaders' stories, and with that, I learn something, some values, some moral values from them, and we can bring change. So I personally feel I'm just sharing that example because I personally feel that many leaders who are really contributing in others' life. We have to take such initiatives and we have to contribute so we can make society day by day more better and better. So thank you once again for sharing amazing lessons. So we have one more guest speaker. We have international speaker, Miss Precious from South Africa. So welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Greetings to all. First of all, I would like to say it's such an honor to be here sharing this platform with prestigious speakers from abroad and all over the different places. My presentation, the topic is on leadership without position. Influence starts from you. Firstly, let me highlight that I was a little bit excited with the theme that you chose, Awaken the Leader Within, because I feel like I will speak from the perspective of a young person. That as young people, we do not know and recognize the passion that we have until someone just comes and ignites it in us. So let me start by saying that leadership is not about titles. It's actually about the impact that a person can uh, uh, um, have towards the people closer to them or the circle around them. Now, understanding what leadership is also plays a huge role because we tend to believe that if you are not in a leadership position, you're in no position to be a leader. I don't know if that makes sense. We believe that being able to guide and allow people to follow you is if you're given a certain position to sit on so that people can be able to listen to you. Whereas it's not necessarily about that. It's about being an influencer, being able to influence people around you in a positive way, and also being able to take initiative, not waiting for someone to give you permission, but understanding the power that you have as a young person and understanding that it is possible for you to have someone that can look up to you and feel motivated by the things that you do as a young person. And the first speaker spoke about the word impact so much, and I was very, very happy to hear that, because there is no way that one can be a leader if you do not have an impact towards the people that you are closer to, or the people that you are leading. Leadership is about having a positive impact, not just an impact, actually being able to lead people in a way that they understand that you are goal driven. You understand the dynamics of being a leader, what it takes for you to be able to guide people towards the objectives that you would have set. Because for one to be a leader, you must be goal driven, you must be a dreamer. There's no way you can be a leader if you don't dream, if you don't see yourself anywhere, if you do not desire to have people admiring what you do and also liking or also wishing to follow in your steps. Now, I'll also say that being a leader also means being a change maker. See situations around you and also be able to come up with ways on how you're going to maneuver around and resolve those situations, provide opportunities for young people around you, because it's about time us as youth, we realize that there is no one that is coming to rescue us. Actually, it is our responsibility to hold each other's hand, walk towards the goals and the desires that we have in order for us to be able to uplift one another. Because there is no joy in growing up or making it in your journey as an individual rather than celebrating your milestones with people around you. And that means, as young people, as the youth, there is a need to unite, be united, have one voice, come together, share our ideas, because I believe that the youth are actually catalysts. They come up with fresh ideas. We are innovative. So if we can use that to our advantage and understand that as young people coming together, we can amplify our voices, be able to shift dimensions, be able to shift how things are being perceived, that the young people are lazy. It's not that. We're just not given the platform. If you can give us the platform, we will show you what we are capable of. So let us unite, support one another as young people, and also understand that the power of being an influencer means you must also be positive. Understand what is it that you are doing, because you cannot lead if you do not have any idea of what is it that you want to achieve or attain at the end of the process, gathering people, influencing them to follow you. You must be able to give them something that they can look up to and say that at the end of this project, we must have achieved this. So as a leader, one must understand that there is a goal that you are working towards. And also, being an influencer means that you must lead projects, not just people. There is no use in leading people if you don't know what you want them to achieve. So there must be something that you come up with. For example, there are issues that we are facing currently nationwide, I can say climate change. So what is it that as young people we can do? Come across any platform that we can be able to unite, share our information, share this brilliant ideas that we have, because I believe that young people are the most intelligent people. I say that from a personal perspective. I think last year when I was part of uh, uh, this marathon or this speakathon, I was an educator. But this year, I'm seeing myself speaking here again as a guest speaker. But right now, I'm holding a different position, a senior education specialist, because someone saw something in me and they decided to give me that opportunity. So, hence, I'm saying that young people do have the potential, but it's just that we don't see that simply because no one is willing to give us that opportunity to speak out. So, as young people, if the youth can come together and understand that unity means that we can be able to fight and amplify the voice. More voices is better than one, because it means we are believing in one thing and we are sure that we can be able to attain all the goals that we would have set, and also all the projects that we can identify as young people will be able to attain them. And I would also love to say that a leader has a vision, which is going back to what I was saying. that when you think about what is it that you want to see yourself attaining, you are then able to give people a directive as to where they must go, how they should get there. And right now, we have so many platforms whereby young people can use to socialize. We have social media platforms, quite a lot of them. I cannot mention them, there are quite a lot. If we can use those platforms as young people to share ideas, we'll be able to also find out that we do have those innovative people that are seated at the corner there because they are not given the spotlight. So if we assist one another, if the youth can do realize that it is important to unite, then we would go far. And also it is important that we note a leader actually is one that is able to understand that they need to make sure that whatever they're planning comes to reality. Everything must be practical. You cannot be a leader if you're always on the drawing board and not working towards practicing or implementing everything that you are talking about, everything that you've been brainstorming. Now, if we understand that being a leader is not about sitting on a certain chair or on a certain position to make things happen, as a young person, wherever you might be, you must be able to understand that if I can find someone younger than me and mentor that person, then you'd be able to see a reflection of yourself as a leader. Am I mentoring this person in a positive way? Is this person growing or not? Then you are able to reflect on yourself, on your leadership skills. And by so doing, you are also perfectioning and polishing your leadership skills. So I would say that being a leader, like I would concur that being a leader, you don't need a position. I started leading as just a mere teacher. I started leading even before I was part of the department. But then simply because I knew what it takes to be a leader, what it takes to have people looking up to you, then you know that you have a certain way that you must be able to uphold yourself as a young person so that you can have fellow youth looking up to you and also desiring the steps that you have taken to get to where you are. So then, as I wrap up, let me say that when you influence people, it starts with you. Yes. But do you know what you have to do in order for you to be a good leader? As a leader or as a youth as well, you must be able to understand what leadership is, what it means to be a catalyst, what it means to be an advocate for anything that you want to advocate for. Because advocacy means you must research as a young person. So you must be able to know what is it that you need to understand, the dynamics of being a leader. So leadership, leadership. It's not about holding a position. I'm talking about this from a personal perspective again. Because if you understand that leadership means you must also be able to show up whenever people need you, you must be able to shift your personal perspective and also give other people an opportunity to speak up and also learn from others. Because being a leader doesn't mean that you know everything. You create a platform for you to also learn from fellow people around you. Leadership does not mean that you are the master of everything. We learn every day. So leadership means opening up and learning from those around you. So with that being said, thank you so much.
For wonderful sharings and of course, styling the speak is really amazing. We really enjoy your session and learnings. The course. So yes, influence is important. The position is not important for leader, but whatever position leaders holds, we have to use in such a way should influence others. Okay. So thank you once again for sharing wonderful lessons. Would like to invite one more international speaker with us today. He had some little accident, but still he's with us. So really appreciate, sir. So we have Mr. Lutfianto Yuda from Indonesia. Sorry for decisions if I mistake. Welcome you on this amazing platform and evening. What is-
Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Yuda from Indonesia. I do apologize for arriving late on this meeting as there was an accident I had to deal with. I'm really honored to be on this platform as last time I disappointed Akash Babat sir for not being able to be here. Thank you very much for kindly re-invite me. And I'm really honored to speak on board with so many respectful figures all over the world. And million thanks go to Akash Babat sir for conducting such a magnificent effort in continuously providing us with the opportunities to, in the wake of strengthening the mutual power of togetherness, fighting together among great people in the world. And at this moment, I'm really honored to tag along with so many great figures and with the powerful and transformative topic arise, awake, and lead. And we talk about the youth leadership. These three words actually are not just to call for actions, they embody a philosophy of life, the leadership, and the personal growth that has inspired countless individuals throughout history. They urge us to break free from complacency, to awaken our inner potential, to step forward courageously, as leaders in our communities, workplaces, and families. Now, I'd like to explore the deep meaning behind of each of these words. Let's say the arise, awake, and lead, as I also work on with similar ideas. In this case, my ideas are dream, act, and inspire, and how they collectively form a roadmap for personal empowerment and effective leadership. Now we will delve into the significance of rising above challenges, awakening to our true purpose, and leading with a vision and integrity. Now, when we talk about the word to rise, it signifies that we are more than just getting up physically. It is a metaphor for rising above obstacles. So we go beyond limitations and all the fears that hold us back. It means to take the initiative, to refuse to be passive, to embrace the courage needed to start the journey towards change. I believe that we all have that. Everyone here has the similar ideas, the similar passion, and the same idea. Now, let's see. When there are moments of difficulties, uncertainties, or stagnations, it's quite easy for us to fall into those things called comfort zones, or we may succumb to despair. Now, the call to arise challenges us to shake the ideas, to shake ourselves and push ourselves harder forward, to take control of the destiny. This is the moment when we decide to no longer be the victims of the situations, but we may change ourselves into the architect. And when I say architect, we talk about building our future. Now, as we can see, there are several figures that I could easily put their names on board. Um, let's say Mahatma Gandhi. I really admire Mahatma Gandhi. And Martin Luther King Jr., also one of my favorites. Nelson Mandela is next. And in Indonesia, we also have Mr. Sukarno. I believe that all those people are just the um, leading ideas for us to show that the challenges all over the world should be addressed by arising the ideas, by taking over the um, fear and try to work hard to deal with that. Now, I believe that the way to arise should involve these things. Let's say self reflection. We need to find ourselves the best way to see into ourselves, to reflect, to find what we have done and what we will do next. And then let's set the clear goals. Now, after that, we need to go with the small steps. No need to rush. All we need is take the step one at a time. And after that, we also need to build resilience because we need to prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to face challenges, as there are so many things might come unpredictably. Now, let's come to the second idea of to awake. This is the power of being aware and being clear. Now, once we arise, the next thing is to awake, to become fully conscious and be aware of our surroundings, to be aware of ourselves and the opportunities before us. So, awakening is about clarity, about mindfulness, and it's about understanding. Once we arise, we believe that we are fully there. We know we are trying to set some goals and we are trying very hard to achieve it. It's never easy, but once we are trying very hard to do it, I believe that God will help us. To awake also means to open our eyes to realities, to see beyond illusions, and to understand our true potential. Also, to understand our responsibilities. It's a mental and spiritual awakening that enables us to think critically, to act wisely, and connect deeply with our purpose. This is really important. Imagine if we can collaborate all those things together. We put ourselves into doing those two all those things together. It will be great. Now, when we are talking about the role of the awakening in leadership, it is not only something reactive, but it's proactive in anticipating the challenges, in understanding the needs of their team of community, and to make informed decisions. We need to collaborate. It's impossible that we are doing it ourselves, doing it one by one. Because at the end of the day, we need other people to help us fulfill our dreams, to help us do things, to help achieve many things. And let's not forget that awakening also involves emotional intelligence, being aware of one's sense of emotions and those of others, which is essential for effective leadership. Now, in my case, when I say let's dream, act, and inspire, um, the first thing is when we have a dream, um, I always say to my students, because I'm a teacher, that dreaming is free. No need to pay. You can do it at any time before you sleep, when you go to work, when you eat with your friends in canteen. You can dream. You can dream about this world. You can dream about the future of this country, the future of yourselves. The next thing is to act. And the action comes with the role of awakening the system. We are trying to put our energy, we are trying to put our emotion together. Now, what should we do? I believe that we have some things that we may put in our minds. Among others are mindful practices. We need to be understanding so much that when we are doing something, it should be based on certain ideas. So let's say put ourselves into silence, doing meditation, making journals, deep breathtaking is really important. Let's not forget to also do the continuous learning. After all, we are the creature made by God to always learn. We are not perfect. That's why we need to learn all the time. Now, when you learn, you make questions to yourself, the self inquiry, and also you observe. You see things. When you see things, when you listen to so many ideas, when you listen to other people when they talk, then you will understand more. Instead of pushing your ideas, instead of making people do what you want, instead of making others do what you want, you listen to them. You will put your energy at first to listen to them, and later make decisions, whether you're going to follow them or you're going to make another decisions which might be going against them. Now, this is really important. Now, the next part is to lead. Now, leading is the responsibility, and leading is the art of leadership. When you're talking about leader, it comes from the idea of being in front, being also as an example. So it is the culmination of a rising and awakening. When you rise, when you awaken people, then you become the leader. So leadership is not merely a position, it's not a title, it's an action, it's a responsibility. No one deserves to be a leader without being able to arise, without being able to awaken other people. Now, to lead means to guide, to inspire, and to influence others. That's why when I say the concept of dream, act, and inspire, when you dream, you may involve others, but most probably you will involve yourself. When you act, you're going to involve others as well. But when you inspire, we don't know how many people will be behind your back doing the same thing as you did, and then they might be seeing you as the figure that they would love to take as part of the example. Now, as the last part of this very precious moment to me, I'd like to share with you the qualities of an effective leader as to my view. Number one, you need to have the vision, see the bigger picture, set clear direction, and try to be different. Because a leader sees what others don't see. This is really important. To my experience, when guiding the young students, I've been the um, supervisors to students since 2017. I see that these young people have a lot of energy. They have a lot of passion. They have a lot of ideas to share. The only thing that I need to add to them is the vision, to see things, to see the future. Next is integrity. I want everyone to come close and see that acting with honesty and ethical principle is really important. Because at the end of the day, you may lose yourself as a human without integrity. You may become a great leader, but at the end of the day, something might kill you, and what saves you is your integrity. The next thing is empathy. Try to understand and value other people's perspective. Try to put yourself into someone's shoe. Try to see what they see. Try to feel what they feel. And to see things not only by your own perspectives. We need to see things from different perspectives because it will enrich our references, it will enrich our knowledge, and while at the same time, we can easily listen to other people's ideas. Now, don't forget that we have the courage. No matter what happens, a leader should have the courage to start, to initiate, to be the pioneer. And to do so, it means that you are making tough decisions and standing firm when things not go according to your plans. Be courageous, be strong. And don't forget that we have the ideas of being a communicative person. So leadership manifests in various forms. You may become a leader in your class, in your team, in your company, in your country. But one thing that we can set clearly is that we have the vision, we have the integrity, and you need to have your empathy. And don't forget, when you have the courage and you have the power of doing the communication properly, then people will start looking at you. And by that time, you may be surprised at how people get inspired by you. Brother Akash, I'm really honored to be on this platform. I'm really honored to share the ideas on this platform. It has been great for such a person like me. I'm an ordinary person compared to these great people speaking here. I've known some of them, but also I would love to say that I would love to learn more from these great people. So I believe that I have already said what I wanted to say, and I would like to close the presentation by saying so much thank you to you, and I wish you great success with this program. And again, thank you from Indonesia.
And again, I would like to say that again, we have a great speaker with his communication skills, his body language, and how he delivers speech. So thank you. Really inspires her, and I personally learn the things. So thank you for sharing that. Yes, a leader should have vision. With vision, with purpose, leaders can distribute more and inspire others. So really amazing things you share, sir. Thank you once again. And yes, we have again one more international speaker with us, uh, from Greece. So welcome, ma'am. And over to you.
Thank you so much. Warm greetings from Athens, from Greece. A happy New Year, everyone. And of course, may the ABCD, the national family, continue to grow in unity, strength, and harmony. And may every member find success, happiness, and good health in all endeavors. Look forward to more shared achievements and a bright future together. Thank you, Dr. Akash, for this wonderful opportunity. And many congratulations for the great work, unstoppable work that you are doing in the field not only of education, but also in the leadership field and also in publications. If you allow me, I will start sharing my presentation. I've prepared a small presentation. It's visible now.
Yes, it's visible.
It's moving. It's moving. I get. It's moving or not?
Not moving actually, but my slide is
Wait, I will share again. Okay, now can you see PowerPoint?
yes. Yes.
Yes, it's moving. It's moving also.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So my topic today will focus on purpose over pressure. I'm a very stressed person, and I have some health issues because of stress. Anyway, I chose this topic because it's really very close to me. It's very difficult for me to handle my own stress, but today I will give you some strategies. Purpose over pressure, leading with clarity. We live in a very fast-paced world, and leadership is often defined by urgency. Because the deadlines pile up, expectations rise, leaders are pressured to act quickly, deliver constantly, and react decisively. While pressure is, of course, unavoidable, allowing it to dictate leadership decisions is something that can erode trust, vision, and long-term success. Remember that the most effective leaders choose purpose over pressure and lead with clarity. It's a steady compass in uncertain environments. So first, we need to understand this pressure-driven leadership. This is reactive by nature, and it focuses on immediate outcomes rather than a sustainable impact. So under pressure, leaders may make short-term decisions that compromise long-term goals, or communicate inconsistently in poor manners, or act from fear rather than conviction, or burn out themselves and their teams. So while pressure can create momentum, unchecked pressure distorts judgment. It shifts leadership from intentional direction to constant firefighting. And here comes the power of purpose, because in purposeful leadership, purpose answers the fundamental question, why do we do what we do? And this question provides meaning beyond metrics and direction beyond deadlines. So purpose-driven leaders are those who can anchor decisions in values, not just the outcomes. They can inspire commitment rather than just compliance. They can maintain their focus even when circumstances can change, evolve, and they can build cultures rooted in trust and accountability. So obviously, when our purpose is clear, pressure loses its power to derail. And how we can distinguish between real urgency and false urgency. Real urgency is driven by meaningful consequences, and false urgency is driven by anxiety, poor planning, or what we call noise. Here you can see a framework, a decision framework. First, we start by the impact test. We can ask, what happens if we wait? If the circumstances are seriously irreversible, we talk about more real agency. If the consequences are minor, manageable, or delayed, likely we talk about false urgency. Then we go to the purpose alignment test. We ask, does this directly support our mission or key goals? If there is a strong alignment about real urgency, there is a weak or unclear alignment that we talk about false urgency. Then we have the control test. The control test is, we ask, is this urgent because of external reality or internal disorganization? For example, we have external deadlines or safety, legal, customer impact, and we talk about real urgency. If there is, on the other hand, poor planning or last-minute request or panic, then we talk about false urgency. Then the other step is the frequency pattern. We ask, is everything always urgent? So if we have an occasional urgency, then we talk about a healthy environment. If there is a constant urgency, then it's a system problem, so not real emergencies. Then is the emotion check. We notice the emotional tone. If we have calm, focused intensity, then we talk about real urgency. If there is always a chaos, a blame, or a panic, then there is a false urgency. And of course, the long-term cost test. Here we need to ask, will rushing this cause greater damage later? If yes, probably we have a false urgency. If delay improves quality or outcomes, then we have false urgency. So the simple rule here is that if this threatens values, safety, customers, or the mission, then it's real urgency. If it threatens comfort, convenience, or image, it's often false. So what is the leadership practice here? That purpose-driven leaders are those who actually slow down urgent decisions just enough to think clearly. They are those who protect teams from unnecessary pressure. They're those who can build systems that reduce recurring emergencies. And of course, those who can communicate priorities consistently. Some personal habits to help us remain grounded under stress. Already previous speakers and a friend from Indonesia shared some of these practices and personal habits. The pause before responding. This prevents emotional reactions from becoming decisions, and this also creates space between pressure and action. Then reflection, meditation, or journaling help reset perspective and reconnect with purpose. Even 5 to 10 minutes can lower stress and improve focus. The physical movement definitely, walking exercise releases stress hormones and improves thinking, so a calm body supports a calm mind. When we clear priority lists, then we try to write down the top of 3 priorities each day, reduces mental overload and false urgency. The values check, we regularly try to ask, is this aligned with my values, my mission? This is important because it keeps decisions grounded when emotions rise. And control information intake, because limiting constant emails or notifications and news, this prevents unnecessary anxiety and distraction. We talk about healthy boundaries, saying no, protecting rest time, disconnecting after work hours prevents chronic stress from becoming burnout, and trusting conversations, because talking with a mentor or honest colleague is something that helps process pressure instead of carrying it alone. The gratitude practice, note 2, 3 positive things daily. This shifts the brain away from threat mode towards stability and perspective, and sleep discipline, because good decisions require a rested mind. Sleep is a leadership skill, is considered as a leadership skill and not a luxury. Grounded leaders build habits that support clarity over chaos, values over emotions, and purpose over pressure. Now, they say that clarity is the leader's greatest asset. Clarity is not about having all the answers. Definitely, it's not about this. It's about knowing what matters most. So, leading with clarity means be able to define priorities explicitly, be able to communicate expectations consistently, try to make decisions aligned with vision, eliminate unnecessary noise and distraction. So, clarity is something that calms chaos, and teams, they say, they perform better when they understand the mission, their role in it, their responsibilities, and how success is measured. So clarity is needed already from the beginning. Another aspect is what happens emotional intelligence under pressure. Purposeful leadership requires emotional awareness. So leaders who manage emotions effectively, they are those who can recognize stress triggers in themselves as well as others. They can respond in thoughtful ways instead of reacting impulsively. They can maintain empathy even during conflict, and they can foster psychological safety. So pressure amplifies emotion, clarity steadies it, stabilizes it, and of course, emotional intelligence allows leaders to remain human while being effective at the same time. Now, decision making under pressure and with long term vision. Pressure narrows perspective and purpose expands it. So, leaders who are anchored in a purpose, they can evaluate consequences beyond immediate outcomes. They can resist sacrificing ethics for speed. They can invest in more sustainable systems and not temporary solutions. And they can protect organizational integrity. So long-term thinking is something that builds resilience. And short-term thinking, it's something that creates agility. So how we can build resilient teams? Purpose-driven clarity strengthens teams before crises arise. So resilient teams, they understand the shared mission and values, their role responsibilities. They can trust the leadership decisions. They can adapt quickly without losing direction. They can support one another under strain. So leaders who cultivate purpose prepare teams not just to survive pressure, but to grow through it. So purpose over pressure in practice means pressure pause before reacting. Pressure demands speed, purpose demands reflection. Reconnect to core values, of course. So values filter decisions during uncertainty. Communicate the why. Transparency builds trust. Set boundaries, because not every issue is urgent, obviously. And model calm confidence, because emotional stability creates organizational stability. So choosing purpose over pressure requires discipline and self-awareness. The role of integrity, which was already very beautifully mentioned by the previous speakers, clarity without integrity becomes manipulation. So purposeful leaders are those who align their words, who match their words with actions, who remain always consistent across every circumstances, those who can admit their own mistakes, they can protect moral and ethical standards. So integrity sustains credibility when pressure tempts a compromise. And I mentioned before about the difference between real and false urgency, so we need to avoid this trap, the trap of false urgency. Not everything urgent is important. Remember this. So false urgency is something that distracts from our strategic priorities, is something that definitely can trigger burnout, it can create sloppy decisions and undermine our thoughtful leadership. So purpose helps leaders distinguish between what demands attention, what is really urgent, and what deserve truly our attention. And the impact on teams on culture when leaders prioritize purpose and clarity, then teams obviously feel psychologically safe. They can, it's about the more engagement. Decision making becomes, of course, decentralized, and the burnout decreases while performance improves. In crisis leadership, is another big chapter, how to lead through crisis. Crisis tests leadership authenticity. So purpose-centered leaders are those who communicate honestly, who can provide stability in a period of crisis. They can reinforce a mission when there is a fear, and those who can maintain ethical standards. So in crisis, clarity becomes leadership, I would say, currency. And what distinguishes effective leaders during crisis? That those who leaders who can regulate their own emotions first is very important, because calm leaders reduce panic, they stabilize teams, they create space for rational thinking. There are those who continually return to why the organization exists and what truly matters now. So this prevents distraction and poor prioritization. They are those who share what is known, admit what is unknown, and avoid false reassurance. So transparency is something that builds trust. They act quickly when it's needed, but they remain open to new information corrections, so decisiveness with humility. They refuse to compromise core values even when shortcuts seem tempting, so the ethical backbone. And of course, they recognize and are able to recognize the fear, the tiredness, the uncertainty in others, and respond with humanity, not just a strategy. They can balance immediate survival with future consequences, protecting the organization's reputation and culture. They can revise plans as reality changes instead of clinging to outdated assumptions. And there are those who take responsibility for outcomes rather than shifting blame. So accountability and meaning making, because they can help people understand the crisis in context, what it teaches, crisis teaches us, how shapes us, and why their work still matters. So the role of reflection also is important here. Reflective leadership practices include the after-action reviews. After completing a project or navigating a challenge, we can ask what worked, what didn't work, what we will do differently next time. The weekly debriefs, so we set aside 50 to 30 minutes each week to reflect on our successes, on struggles, on alignments with our mission. The lessons logo, if we keep a journal of our insights and recurring patterns to identify systemic pressures versus temporary challenges. The self-questioning, we can regularly ask, am I acting from fear, from convenience, or from purpose? And the feedback loops, of course, we need to ask feedback from our colleagues to gain perspective beyond our own strengths or assumptions. So what leadership lessons have past crises taught us? Definitely that leaders don't need all the answers, but they must provide direction. People can handle uncertainty better than confusion. Emotional control at the top stabilizes the entire system. Panic spreads faster than facts. That crises reveal whether values guide decisions or just decorate walls. Fast and ethical decisions create long-term damage that outlives the crisis. So spirit matters, but integrity matters more. Silence creates fear. Honest frequent updates build trust, even when the news is bad. People outperform plans, so rigid strategies fail. Adaptable teams, on the other hand, succeed. Trust is a strategic asset. Organizations with high trust move faster, coordinate better, and recover sooner. And of course, small problems ignored become disasters because early warnings are often subtle and convenient, but crucial. Character also outlast performance metrics. And when people know why they're enduring hardship, they endure longer and better. Before concluding, just say that crisis does not build character, it reveals character. Pressure is inevitable, definitely, and stress, confusion is optional. And purpose provides direction, clarity sustains momentum. Leaders who choose purpose over pressure don't simply survive challenges, but they transform them into opportunities for alignment, growth, and trust. In uncertain times, the strongest leadership voice is not urgency, but intentionality. Not noise, but clarity. Not pressure, but purpose. Because pressure is a privilege, because it always signals opportunity. Thank you very much for your attention and your patience. Thank you, Dr. Akas, and Happy New Year again to everyone.
In essence, yes, Richard, it's an opportunity now. If we see it in that perspective, thank you, Mr. Ram. Like we finally next speaker, Jim Karachi Council's after the places. Welcome everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And Happy New Year to all of you. And it's really great being here on the National Youth Day that we are celebrating. That is the birth anniversary of a very great leader, in fact, Swami Vivekananda. And we are talking about leadership. So when I think about Swami Vivekananda, the first thing the first sentence that comes into my mind is all the power is within you. You can do everything and anything. And this is a sentence which actually inspires us, which motivates us to think beyond what our human capabilities. We often limit ourselves to like, okay, I can be doing this, I can be doing only that. And this sentence is actually gives us the inner strength. It allows us to stand steady when the world is unstable and to act when we have a lot of fears around us, when the fear is loud, and it helps to keep going when the results are slow. And his teachings have helped us and it was, more than a century ago when we talk about him, he has taught us to be modern because they also had some kind of pressures, might be the pressures or the stress that we are facing that might be different, but still they had some kind of some different set of problems. We may be having some different set of problems, but yes, self-doubt, distraction, anxiety, and the comparison game was even at that time, and even now we are having this. So yes, when I even think of him as a leader, I come across another very important term, and that is mental strength. And I would like to speak on how mental strength will help in having a sustainable leadership. So when we talk about this mental strength, yes, the two words that comes to our mind is first is resilience and the other is growth mindset. And these are the two components of the sustainable leadership, which enable the leaders to manage the pressure, to guide teams through change, and maintain a long-term focus on balancing the economic and the social, as well as the environmental well-being. Now, why I'm talking about environmental well-being, because today, whenever we hear this term sustainable, so this is another thing, environment that comes into our mind. So mental strength, if we talk in leadership, so it is not about being emotionless. Like we think that if we are mentally strong, means we should not be having any emotion. We should be only thinking of, okay, I am the leader, I have to give an order and everyone should obey, but this is not actually leadership. And similarly, if you're not able to realize what others think, if you're not able to reciprocate to it, and you're emotionless, even that is not a leadership, and that is not a mental strength. If you have that mental strength inside you, it means you are resilient, you are self-aware, you are emotionally intelligent, and you have the capacity to handle stress and the challenges that are coming in front of you. When you have these inner qualities, it enables you to maintain a personal well being and also to perform over time, preventing burnout, and at the same time, creating stability for the team you're working with. And when you call yourself a leader and you have this resilience, but when we talk about resilience, it is not that you never agree to anyone. Yes, you agree to everyone, but still you have the capacity to come over whatever has happened with you. When you are resilient, and especially as a leader, you have that potential to navigate the uncertainty and recover from the setbacks and emerge stronger whenever you face some difficult situation. Okay, you are facing it, but you emerge as a stronger person. And this is in fact something which even I have experienced in my life, where there were many moments when, I faced rejections, I faced failures, but still every time I emerged as a stronger person. And this here comes the other thing, that is adaptability. Adaptability is very, very essential for responding to the changing world. We know the world is changing, and there's a lot of transformation that is going on. So as a leader, if you want to guide the team, yes, adaptability is very, very important. Then decision making. So here, if we talk about decision making, not just decision making, but as a leader and for sustainable leadership, ethical decision making is important. Because when you have that inner strength, and when it is guided by a strong sense of purpose, by values, by ethics, and just like a few minutes ago, even Mamta ma'am spoke about that. Is ethical integrity, transparency. That is very, very important. Mentally strong leaders, they can take very good decisions even in very complex situations, because they have been empowered to take risk and also to learn from setbacks. So when we have such kind of leaders with us, it will promote collaboration, innovation, and the overall well-being of the team that you're working in. The other quality when we talk about sustainable leadership is having a long-term vision. Because mental strength, it actually underpins the capacity for a long-term activation and strategic planning. It allows the leaders to focus on enduring value creation. The and Despite how many pressures you may be having, it just prepares you for quick wins. And yes, when you talk about the world and how you are going to manage, but yes, self-awareness and self-management is very, very important. Because before we understand others, we need to know our own emotions, our own strengths, and our own weakness. And this is the fundamental thing that we want to do. Most of the times, even if we ask someone like, who is the person who is more important to you? If I even give you just a minute to think like, who is the most important person in your life? And I know many of you will be start thinking of like, okay, my brother, my friend, my parents, and many, many, many. But no one will say like, I am the most important person in my life. Yes, this was something which was told to me when I was in school, and one of my teachers said this to me, and I was very surprised because I was very small. I couldn't understand that. But now when I grew up, and when I started learning so many things, when I started reading, this is what I realized. And yes, when you talk about self-awareness, I must say that if you really want to improve yourself, and if you want to develop those leadership qualities, and in fact, when we are talking about sustainable leadership, then yes, give every day, give some time to talk to yourself. Because if you miss that chance, you are missing the chance to talk to the most important person in your life. So when we have the self-awareness, as a leader, it will allow us to manage our energy, to set clear boundaries and also act in line with our values. Will help in building authenticity and also having trust with others. So, if you want to be a leader with mental strength, well, mental strength, we cannot say that it is something very fixed, but it is a skill which we can develop, which we can nurture with some few daily practices. Like, for example, a regular reflection, but I just said, talk to yourself. Yes, at the end of the day, talk to yourself. Give some 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. You can do journaling, or you can just sit and recall what all happened in the day. Maintain a good lifestyle, proper sleep, exercise, healthy eating. So if you follow this, of course, your mental health will be good. You can even go for some practices like meditation or mindfulness. And your seeking feedback is very, very important. It does not matter like which field you are into, but seeking feedback is very, very important because it will help you in identify the blind spots. It will help you in giving having an area for improvement. And yes, embrace a growth mindset because believing that abilities can be developed through efforts and learning from challenges, it is very, very important for being continuous growth. So I would like to conclude by saying that by integrating mental strength with the core leadership competencies, leaders are better prepared to navigate complexity, foster organizational resilience, and drive meaningful sustainable change. So with this, I end my talk. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining with us and sharing wonderful meetings with us. So it's really amazing. I'd like to invite more guest speaker with us. We have Inja, and Peter, and one recently more about the children's really inspiring. I'd like to invite Inja. Welcome and over to you.
Thank you, sir. First of all, good evening to all of you. And thank you for giving me this chance to speak among all of you. Today, I would like to speak on a powerful and important topic, youth as nation builders, not just job seekers. The youth of any country are its greatest strength. We are often told to study hard, get good marks, and finally secure a good job. While having a job is important, our role as youth is much bigger than just earning a salary. A nation does not progress only because its people are employed, but because its youth think creatively, act responsibly, and work selflessly for society. A job seeker waits for opportunities, but a nation builder creates opportunities. History shows us that great nations were built by young minds with big dreams. Swami Vivekananda, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Bhagat Singh, these were not just job seekers, they were visionaries who believed in transforming society. They focused on knowledge, character, innovation, and service to the nation. Today, our country needs problem solvers, scientists, teachers, social leaders, and innovators. When youth develop skills, start new ideas, support local industries, respect the environment, and help the unprivileged, they directly contribute to nation building. Even small actions, honesty, discipline, volunteering, and civic responsibility create a big impact. Being a nation builder does not mean rejecting jobs. It means not limiting our dreams only to jobs. Let us aim to become job creators instead of only job seekers, leaders instead of followers, and responsible citizens instead of silent observers. When youth rise with confidence, values, and purpose, the nation automatically rises. I would like to end my speech with a strong thought. If youth think small, the nation remains small. If youth think big, the nation becomes great. Let us promise today to build not just our careers but also our country. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Sharing yes, it's our responsibility and responsible person. If responsibility, then of course we can contribute in nation and yeah. Thank you once again for sharing. So we have a new guest speaker with us tonight. Like to invite Radhaka, Nisitu, his wife, come.
Okay, okay. My sincere gratitude to. Am I to speak, Akash sir? Akash
Yes,
sir,
yes,
am I
sir.
to?
Voice is perfect. Yes, yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, respected sir. My sincere gratitude to Akash sir for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And these global speakers are there and they have spoken very well. I sincerely appreciate their efforts, articulation, and the way they have put forth their ideas. Quite admirable and appreciable. So, ladies and gentlemen, leaders and learners, welcome to a world where whispers of wisdom awaken with winning ways. Today, we traverse the transformative trail from ideas to action, unleashing the executive mindset that turns dreams into deeds, visions into victories, and aspirations into achievements. Imagine ideas as ignited sparks in the vast void of possibility. They flicker first as fragile flames, fleeting, faint, yet full of fire, but without executive edge. These sparks sputter and fade. Executives excel by embracing action as ally, propelling potential into power. In schools, this means morphing inspirational ideas into impactful actions. From brainstorming bold curricula to building brilliant classrooms, pioneers propel progress with purpose. Picture principles plotting pathways of progress, teachers tackling tasks with tenacity, and students surging towards success. The executive mindset mandates movement over music, ditching daydreams for determined doing. Recall revolutionaries like Gandhi, whose ideas of independence ignited actions of audacity, freeing a nation through fearless fortitude. Key to this shift, clarity conquers chaos. Executive craft crystal clear goals, channeling, channeling chaotic creativity into concrete campaigns in education, clarify curriculum conquests, identify gaps, ignite innovations, actionize audits, ask what wild wonders will we weave into weekly wins. Smart strategies, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, slash through vagueness, summoning, success, next, daring decisions define destiny. Doubt delays, dreams, decisiveness drives delivery, executive embrace, calculated courage, choosing challenges, challenging choices amid uncertainties, facing falling standards, forging forward focused fixes, deploy data driven dreams, drills, demand discipline development. So we need to convert our ideas into action, and it is only possible when we have vision, courage, and dynamic leadership. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Yeah, for sharing different things. That's interesting. Yes, thank you, sir. So, yeah, remote speaker um, join. Would like to inform from you to share specific things about the summit, how we are contributing. If you think we are contributing by conducting summit, then you can share how we are contributing, and you can share some suggestions also. So this year we already planned to conduct amazing sessions. Yes, this is the start, and we have started in platform. It's a general platform. We can conduct some Sundays beginning with kind of general process also. But I want from you, you can share equally, you can share suggestions, you want feedbacks, you can say. We have only 5 minutes. Anyone can share.
So, Akash, this was a very pleasant session, and I was very happy that we had one young speaker joining us. Um, there is a difference in the opinion of experienced people and young people, and it was really very good because the more youngsters join us, our purpose of the this particular session gets solved. Then, if we are capable of inspiring even one youngster, it means that we are doing something in the society. Definitely, Anjum ma'am, it was really a pleasure. Meeting everybody is a pleasure. Raza sir, you also. Anjum ma'am, we are meeting for the first time in 2026 this time. So it was nice listening to both of you. Rania ma'am, you also were excellent. And I really enjoyed everybody, Yudha sir also, everybody's session. Uh, Hopefully, we'll meet soon again. Courtesy Akash. Uh, I think others could not join. Akash, Harbinder ma'am nahi aa pai, Rajput sir, these people.
Joining another ma'am has teaching show some
Okay,
actually
okay,
some
no, no issues. So, hope to see you all again in the next session also. And it was a pleasure being with all of you for this National Youth Day. Thank you so much, Akash. Thank you, ABCD.
and one important thing I observe from many days, from many months, actually, we conduct lots of amazing summits. We have lots of amazing speakers, also world-class trainers and coaches. But we are not working to pull the crowds. Actually. So this time, from this year, we have started working on that. We have prepared some systems also. So we will work on that. But in that particular thing, we need your support also. Whatever posters and creatives we design, I think you speaker can if share on their WhatsApp status also, or they can share on their social media. That will be great. If you not allowed to share, if you are not allowed to share, then you can comment on others. But I think everyone is free. Everyone can share on their social media. It's really important if we share something amazing. If we feel it's amazing, then we have to share with others also, right? So we have lots of amazing people with us, and yes, we will work on systems and maximum crowd as an audience next time. We already have announced our next summit on 8th Feb. The title theme is also announced. We will share soon in group. So today we have our guest speaker, Rajput sir, and of course he's a guest speaker, and that's why we will have session at the last and join with us. So with big honor, so I would like to invite you to this wonderful evening. So welcome and over to you.
Thank you so much. Very, very good evening, good afternoon. And I'm very happy to see Dr. Rania ma'am, Anjum Saiba, right, and Mamta madam. I can see Nahis, Assalamu alaikum, right, and Anjum madam, Assalamu alaikum to you. and everybody here on this great platform. And thank you, Akash, for always inspiring, motivating all of us, right? So that we can start doing something more, which is there, which is still waiting. Awake, arise, as Vivekananda has said. So don't stop till the time we should achieve it. So there are many things are there to be achieved. And I was very, very happy that in this year, the starting of this year, on the 12th day of this year, we are meeting with such a great people, personalities, right? Which again, all credit goes to you, right, Akash? Right. And in the same way, we should also have complete multiple meetings where we should meet. And I was listening that 8th of February, you are doing something great. So waiting to be a part of 8th of February and in multiple of your meetings. So thank you once again, Akash, for inviting me, and your words it really sets the tone and made this moment even more special for me when I see such a great personalities, mentors in front of me, because they are the mentors of millions, right? You take Mamta Madam, Rania Madam, Anjum Madam, Nahi Sahab, and from Yudha and everybody, they all are the mentors for millions, not for one or two and all. So it is like energy, right? The divine energy comes together, and which gives us a lot of impetus that yes, we should learn from each other and we should share, which is really, really required. My topic was basically on the leadership, because in my entire 43 years of the journey from the corporate role and all, I have only learned how to become a good leader. Still I am learning how to become a good leader, transformation leader, and that is the basic thing which is there in my mind. And that's why we say leadership is not about how high you rise, really. It is about how many lives you lift while rising. It is very important. How many lives we lift while rising, which is important. It is not that me, it is that everybody who comes, they should be rising it. That's what the real role of the leader is. Not first me, it is first others, then only in the last, that's me. So today I am not standing before you as someone who has all the answers. No, still as a learner. I am here as a learner and a fellow traveler on the leadership journey. That's why I said that I keep on learning from all of you, all of you. And let me begin by saying this very clearly. Every one of you listening today has leadership within you. That's why I salute you. Not someday, not after promotion, but right now. And that's why you have built many lives, many, many lives, right across the globe. The purpose of this session is awaken the leader within, which Akashi has given. Is not to motivate anybody, but to something to activate something which is permanent inside you. Everybody is having that leadership core in their heart and mind, right? So my leadership journey, I'll take it in a couple of parts, from responsibility to purpose. First point is, so when I reflect my own journey in leadership, I realize one very, very important truth. Leadership did not begin for me with a designation. It comes with the responsibility, because I'm talking about in 1987 when I first became the leader. At that time, we used to call as a manager. I was having a team of 5 people, right? And in my last assignment, I was having a team of 843 persons, great person. So from 5 to 843, from a simple headquarters, right from Agra and Western UP to the entire India and 25 countries in the globe. So all these things were there. So it was responsibility towards my colleague who was searching for the direction, because I used to learn from my seniors and I used to give back to the thing. Now, when I joined this education professional, which is very important, because today we say that if we want to build the future, we have to build the young generation, and that's why we all are inclined to build the young generation. So they are struggling. The young generation, they are struggling with the confidence, intuition, and team, looking for the purpose beyond the limit which is there. So over the years, while working closely with the young generation, by my colleagues, by my peer group, I noticed something very important. Let me highlight. The young minds today are highly talented, digitally empowered, and full of ideas. They are ready with the creativity. They are ready with the innovation. You will agree with me. But at the same time, some of them are directionless. afraid of the failure, fear of failure, and confusing success with visibility. These are the things are there which is coming up. Because these are the three important points I have taken. Understanding the people, why they have fear of failure, why the people they go outbound to ensure the things, right? One side I can say you are one of the person who doesn't have the fear of failure, who is always ready to do the things, and that's the reason with this young age, yes, thank you, Nahi sir. And with this young age, you are able to connect the best of the best gems of the world, best of the best gems of the world at your platform. So because you are very open, you want to learn. You say, no, if I will fail, I'm ready to accept that. I'll say that how I'll be able to further progress, which is important. And that's the reason you have the gems with you. Thank you, Paula ma'am, for joining. Good evening to you from India. I can see you in the. So this is where the leadership truly begins, because not in controlling others, but in awakening belief within them. And you have not controlled, you have requested, seasoned that belief in them for you, for us, right? And you have redefined the leadership for all. So we must urgently redefine the leadership for today's world. We have to redefine. Leadership is not a domination. Leadership is not an authority. Leadership is not social media popularity. Leadership is very important thing. 3 C's. Let me tell you 3 C's. One is clarity in confusion. Clarity in confusion. Because the world is confused. They don't things are happening. Right? Lot of data, science, right? Digital things are there. So clarity is required. The second thing is a chaos is there. Chaos, 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 chaos. What is going to happen? But that calmness in the chaos is very important. This is the second C. And the third is your character under pressure. Right? And when you say it is not only in the character and the pressure, in character when you are rising the steps of your journey. There are two types of things are there. When in the pressure, people they lose their character. And the second thing is when the people they achieve something, they lose their character. So these are the very, very important point are there. The 3 C's are very important in the leadership. So when I always say that for the young leaders, you don't need followers to be a leader. You don't need followers to be a leader. You need values, vision, and courage. And values, vision, and courage. And what a wonderful gathering today is that when I see Rania ma'am, Mamta ma'am, Nahi sir, Paula madam, Anjum ma'am, they are the real portrait of the values. They are the portrait of the vision. They are the portrait of the courage, which they always imbibe the things across. So the true leadership, it begins the moment you stop asking, what will I get? And you start asking, what value can I add? What value can I get? Long back, John Kennedy has said, right, that don't ask what the country is going to do for you, right? Please say that what you are going to do for the country, which is very important. So it is what we are able to contribute. If we think together, right, with the leadership way, we are able to make a heaven of a difference, not a hell of a difference. The purpose is the missing link in the most life. Our life, the God has given us. We are sensible people. We are having 2 eyes, the ears, and the brain. We understand the world. What the purpose is, the missing link in the most life are there. Interacting with the thousand of the people, professional. I have also observed one of the major gaps. People are busy, but not purposeful. Everybody is busy. Everybody is busy. Why they are busy? They don't know. But everybody is busy. Second thing is, if you call somebody on time, right? Okay. So supposed to reach at the time of 7 o'clock in the office. They will come at 7:05, 7:03. Why? Because they want the rush. And when you talk, no, I'm very busy, I'm very busy. They don't have the time. But unnecessary, there's no purpose is there because they waste their particular time, some other work which is not required. So they are running fast, but often in the wrong direction. So purpose is not about a job, a title. Purpose is about the impact what you are creating it. Today, the purpose, the world requires our impact, your impact. And again on your platform, the great people in front of me are from the different continents. They are the people who are giving the impact to the young minds, to the professional as well. Both young minds when I talk, the teenagers, When I talk about the professional, the people who are in the different journey. And they answer the things because they wake up early morning, they say, who becomes better because of my work. What problem am I committed to solving? When young people discover this purpose, the confidence, it replaces the confusion. People have confused, but their confidence, it replaces that thing. Discipline, it replaces the distraction, right? Because they're confused, they don't know. And leadership replaces the fear. These are the things are there because when the young people, they are not able to find the purpose. And that is the reality of the life. I strongly also believe that purpose is the actual fuel that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary impact. We all are ordinary people, believe you me. And we all can become extraordinary if a little more effort is put on the right direction with the right purpose. And that's why today all the humans, all the professionals are here in front of you. They are beyond the ordinary people because they are extraordinary. They are able to add the value which is there. The skills can be learned, but the values must be lived. It is always there. Till the time your last breath is there, the values to be lived. In our Indian mythology and in every mythology, right? Either we are a Muslim, either we are a Christian, either we are a thing, or whatever we are, but there is a value system is there, right? And it has been taught to us with the various religions that we must respect the other human being, other person, other creature. That is the real value is there, which is a part of the leadership. And leadership values, I especially say because another part is that integrity. Integrity when no one is watching. Empathy when power increases. Accountability when mistakes happen. And humility when success arrives. You have to be more humble. You have to be more humiliative. These are the very important part are there because these are the leadership values are there. And that's why we say whenever there are a lot of fruits are there in the tree, the fruits comes down, right? So that is a very, very important thing which we learn from the nature. And we all remember our behavior teaches louder than our speeches ever will. How we respect the person, how we speak to the person, how we treat the person, right? Whatever the position we are, but that is more important because that is the behavior teaches louder than the way we are able to put the whatever the speech we give. But if our behavior is not soft, not humble, not respectable, we are not a good person in the personality. So action point. Leadership is also a verb. Purpose and values remains the theory unless they are followed by the action. They will only be a theory. There has to be action, right? Which is very important. And leadership action means taking right initiative instead of waiting that somebody will tell. Somebody will tell. Standing up instead of fitting it. Yes, I am ready. I'll do it. Learning from failure instead of fearing it. That is the part of the leadership and which we have learned from across. So leadership actions means I also tell my fellow professionals that young minds or the budding entrepreneurs, confidence is not built by thinking, it is built by doing. Failure will come, but you are ready to come out with the failure. So then again, you are ready to do the things and you are a successful person. So you will get the confidence. And lot many people across the globe, they started from a very, very small places, right? And today they are the most confident personalities of the world. Not one, two, three. You can millions of the people who are an icon for the world. They all are. You start from the Oprah Winfrey also, right? How many times she was rejected, and today she is one of the best personalities. You talk about Narendra Modi sir, you talk about Sundar Pichai, you talk of APJ Abdul Kalam sir, any person, you will find a lot of difference. Barack Obama, you will find a lot of difference across. So confidence is not built by thinking, it is built by doing. Leadership grows when you speak up when it is uncomfortable, take responsibility when it is difficult, always act when outcomes are uncertain. But one bold action today can awaken the leader of the life. And here I can say again, Akash, you acted it at the age of less than 30 years. You took that action. I would appreciate you. Yes, yes. And today you have the 11th world, the 9th world record holder because that's the thing which you have imbibed. And today entire world is along with you, which is a great important thing. And people should learn from you. The young mind should learn from you. The professional should learn from you. So I just want to, I always ask the three simple questions, right? What leadership role am I avoiding? Am I avoiding? What value do I need to strengthen? And what action will I take in the coming time? These three things are there. Whatever I have earned, learned, that part is over. What is new, which is more important, because it's always said, you cannot encash the same check twice in the bank. I repeat, you cannot encash the same check twice in the bank. Once you have encashed the check is over. Now you have to prepare a next check, which is important. Same thing in the life also, same thing in the journey of the leadership, that it is important at what role I can do, what values I can add to strengthen myself, what action I can take so that I can empower others and I can in turn empower myself, which is very important. So as I conclude, I want to remember always the future does not belong to the most intelligent. No, no. It belongs to the most intentional leaders, leaders who lead with a purpose, stand firm on the values, act with the courage. Each one of us, we all have influences others. Each one of us has the responsibility. Each one of us has to become a right leader in our own prerogative, including me too, because a simple medical rep started my journey with BSc, right? Doing the things, learning the things, learn from so many great people and personalities. That is the thing which is very important, which is the awakening call. And when leadership awakens within us, we stop waiting for change, right? Nobody is going to inspire us. We are not a battery that somebody will put in the battery charger and we'll be getting charged and again will work, again will go down. We are not a robot. We are the people who have created the robot. We are the people who have created the technology. We are the people who have we create the human, right? Because a mother, when she gives a birth to a child, she is second to the God, which is very, very important part, which is very important. So when leadership awakens within us, we stop waiting for the change and we become the change the world is waiting for. So thank you. And I always say, I always stay curious. I always try to be courageous and always try to awaken the leaders within you. And I keep on learning from all of you because I salute all of you. Thank you so much.
It's really amazing learning plus clarity. Really amazing. Every leader should have clear mindset. And if we have clarity, then we can achieve anything. It's very easy to achieve anything. So thank you once again. And
Akash,
learnings from,
Akash,
yeah,
I will just need 1 minute. Rajput
yes.
sir, wish you a very happy 2026. It was a pleasure listening to you. And in fact, I was waiting for you to be here क्योंकि leadership पे आपको नहीं सुना तो फिर क्या हुआ? फिर क्या ही मजा था? आप तो आज के मेंटर थे. तो मैं लास्ट में केवल एक बात ऐड ऑन करना चाहूंगी जो राजपूत सर ने कहा बिहेवियर के बारे में. यहाँ पे बस अगर हर व्यक्ति सिर्फ इतनी छोटी सी एक बात याद रख ले कि लीडरशिप इज नॉट जस्ट अलॉटमेंट ऑफ अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बेसिकली. आपको सिर्फ इतना याद रखना है कि जब आप अपने से सीनियर से बात करते हैं तो आपकी जो जिस तरह से आप बात करते हैं वो दिखाता है कि आपकी एजुकेशन क्या है ना, आपकी हम्बलनेस क्या है. लेकिन आप जब अपने से जूनियर से बात करते हैं या अपने साथ वालों से बात करते हैं तो वो दिखाता है कि आपकी अपब्रिंगिंग क्या है. The day you start realizing this, you will actually start improvising. क्योंकि हर व्यक्ति अगर ये समझे कि वो अपनी अपब्रिंगिंग को सोसाइटी में रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है, मतलब वो बहुत कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है अपने घर के बारे में. और ये रियलिटी ही होती है जो बहुत कम लोग रियलाइज करते हैं. सो आई थिंक दैट शुड बी माय लास्ट मैसेज, adding on to what Rajput sir has said, what Anjum ma'am has said, what all the other speakers also said. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, Akash.
Mamta ma'am,
Ma'am, and
that
yes.
once Akash bhai, I just want to, Mamta ma'am, that's what I said, that the value systems, right? That's why I said in every religion, they teaches us the right value system, right?
Actually, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is very important. And now it depends upon us how we imbibe that value system. Because see, Mamta ma'am as a mother, or so many mothers are there, so many sisters are there, father is there. None of the person will like to have a bad value system in their child, brother, sister, whosoever it is.
Right.
But again, it is a constructive mind and a destructive mind. There are two types of mind, right? It's the attitude of negative attitude and positive attitude. How you take the things, which is very important. So what you said, I fully agree, because if you want to judge a person, judge how he's talking to the person who is much below their level, to a servant, to a sweeper, to a janitor, right? The person who is your house helper, right? What type of respect which you are giving it? You have made the point very clearly. Because if you start giving respect to that person, which is one of the very small person but very important person in your life, right?
Right.
You will be able to respect to the God, because after all, we all are human created by the God, and
Right.
every person is equally respected and important, whatever the position and whatever the way they are.
Right.
Thank you,
Right.
ma'am. Thank you so
And
much.
Yes, thank
100%.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And
But,
I want to share one real story on this topic actually. But Elisa ma'am has only 5 minutes just to listen her. And after that, I will share a real story how the value driven system is working for the person. So
Dr.
we have
Akash, just 1 minute to comment. Yes, sorry, allow me just to say that Professor Dr. Rajput is the author of a wonderful book of Leaders with Ladders. And this is a practical leadership book that actually focuses on transformational leadership, and he manages to break down leadership qualities about responsibility, empathy, and I think it's amazing for combining theory and real-world examples on soft skills, on mindset, and professional growth. So congratulations, Professor Rajput, for the book also, and the
Thank you,
amazing
Dr.
lecture.
Rania ma'am, and thanks for your testimonial. Right, from the Greece, you have sent the testimonial on my book. And with your testimony and the motivation of so many great professionals, there are two other books Akash has published, and with the grace of God and with his effort, Akash effort, other two books have also become an Amazon bestseller. So thank you, Rania ma'am, and thank you, Akash, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nahi sir, for purchasing it also, because I know Nahi sir has purchased the book. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
so we'd like to invite Dr. Elisa ma'am. She's from Armenia. She's a teacher's trainer and has made lots of contribution in teachers' life. So welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Yeah, good evening. Sorry for my late, but I have only 4 minutes and I will try just to speak only 4 minutes. In this case, I'm not just later, maybe in another case, I will just share my presentation as I'm now short of time. I won't be able just to do it. Sorry very much because today a little bit like because of the time zone, it has come to my mind like this topic. I will talk going to talk about just the topic about the communication that inspires the action, because communication is something that always tries, and first of all it comes to be something like an action, like a stage, like words or connected a phrase, a collocations that can really help people to get in touch, to communicate. And any kind of like every major change, it starting in the history and up to nowadays, it started with the communication, because not only just with the words, but not with the money, but also with the words, because they can just move people to act. And in some cases, we can just ask ourselves, yes, why do some messages can make us like note, and while others make us move? And definitely this is communication, which is not about just going to be about speaking like clearly, but it's going to be like creating a movement. And communication is something that inspires action, like to have clear message, emotional connection, reason to care, and also clear just to go forward to next step. And also it's starting from the giving information. In some cases, while giving, we can change our opinions, and also accordingly our behavior can be changed too. Because for example, when I just say, for example, exercise is good for you, this is just information. But when I say you should exercise, it will be great, I'm just going just to persuade the person. And when I'm just going, take a 10 minutes like walk today, and then you can just have a rest. This is going to be like a step. that I'm going just to do. In many cases, when we are just communicating, sometimes even the message can be like confusing for us, and people like accordingly can change their like emotions, their feelings, their like even sometimes even phrase because of maybe the news they have heard, or maybe because it was too long, it was like difficult for them to understand. And depending on it, they can. Sometimes even like when people can't repeat the message we have told, they won't just act on it. Or even when they don't give any kind of reaction for it, it's also there is something we have just to doubt. How was the communication in this case? And accordingly, we can change the communication, and accordingly, we can change our movement too. Sometimes we say that people in the process of communication, they act as they feel, and facts inform us, but emotions, feelings, they just motivate us. And in different cases, we can just have different kinds of emotions, starting from the fear, like it can be enjoyment, it can be fun, etc. And people sometimes they just cannot act because they understand that they act because they care. And statistics about the like in many cases when they talk about the communication it brings to their actions. And definitely people act when they know what to do next. Like when we communicate, it's okay. But at the same time, when we know what to communicate, what to talk about, etc., it brings us forces us to go to the next like stage. And in real life, for example, when we take any kind of like real life situation about the communication, like imagine a situation when someone just says you, we need to improve our like performance, and then we will change it saying like this week let's focus on responding to customers within like 24 hours. This is some kind of challenge, motivation, communication, and how to communicate maybe while being motivated in this case. And I just remember the words of Martin Luther King, who used to say, like, I have a plan. Instead of it, he used to say, I have a dream, emotional, clear, memorable. And in this case, in our everyday life, it doesn't matter like we are in educators, in some cases, student, parent, child, etc. Anytime, depending on what role we just take, we just try to use it in order just to use it like an encouragement instead of like giving comments, giving instructions, just very boringly just communicating. But in many cases when we have like a message, it should be why it matters, when, where, it should be very clear. It should be at the same time challenging, motivating. And while communicating and while going to overcome, like to summarize everything, I would just to end with a strong message with you. Your words have power, not just to inform, but just to ignite the change. That's why just having one message when your communication is clear, emotional, and purposeful, words don't just speak, they just move everyone, move the heart, move the brain, move the thinking, and move the person from one stage into another. Thank you. Sorry for my short, but I hope it was like motivational and challenging for you. Thank you.
For sharing wonderful things. It's really amazing. Thank you once again. And we have now the speaker with us. So applications, station, like time and shares not again. But thank you very so much once again. And before just listening our guest speaker, I want to share materials to like Sir and Mantamari share about the value driven leadership. Actually, if we value others, I also in my second book, I quality huge respect. We respect, yes. Many people don't respect each other, but many people in leadership position, in professionalism, we have respect. Many people respect also. But I say, you know, huge respect. Give a huge respect to person. Um, there is no chance she can disrespect with that quality. I also follow that, and I in my book. His leaders share that things when I made so we have one author, ma'am, she's not joining today, but we connected only online in 3 years actually. Also with Mamta ma'am also because we didn't able to capture the first meeting in mobile actually, but when we plan to meet Dr. Bedi ma'am, we think before that when I first meet, when she looked me first time, how our reactions will be captured. And I will share a video in next summit or next upcoming events purposefully because how we build relations, how we maintain, and how we contribute in each other's life. That's really important. If I met her first time she saw me. So it's really amazing. We maintain our relation like mother and son, and when actually we met, we feel I feel personally, and she told before meeting her, she told me that selfless contribution. Actually, if we do selfless contribution, uh, sometimes we do not realize that we get rewards. But yes, if we are doing selfless contribution, we get rewards. One day we recognize and many people says if I'm doing social work and many contribution, but people don't appreciate why should people appreciate Bhagwan Krishna says, Karmanyavadi karaste ma phaleshu kadachan. If you are doing your karma, your work with your intention without expecting anything, you will be happy. You will be happy and really happy. If we do selfless work and when that selfless work gives reward, then you will be more happy. And the situations we have created, actually, uh, we had made world record for her for that selfless work she has doing since 2 years, 3 years, by writing poems on mental health. And when she said, when she expressed her emotions, we both got emotional. And I really think if we contribute in others' life, if we do selfless work, still whatever things, whatever situations occurs, keep doing, keep doing. Uh, we don't know, but we are contributing in others' life, and people will get more pleasure. They will be very happy, and please continue that. And of course, I would like to appreciate Rajput sir whenever I met him. I will be I was be different person whenever every time I even I call him and discuss some things, he guide us. And recent example I can share. Last time I told him about our upcoming event, and he immediately said no, do on that day or connect with the dots. And actually I agree because yes, his guidance, his experience is really important. It matters and really fruitful for us also. So we are planning. I really appreciate in everyone is with us, and of course there is not everyone. Mamta ma'am, Rania ma'am, Night sir, there is precious man. Everyone is always ready to support ABCD, and I, on behalf of ABCD, I commit today because it's a new year, new year, new initiatives, and we have started our platform, and we will for our systems, for processes, and from next time, we bring more audience for such amazing summits already announced. our summit, next summit, and hopefully we will make it grand. We will rock. And thank you from my end. I would like to invite our next speaker, next international speaker, Miss Paula Delgado, ma'am. She's from Portugal. She's welcome, ma'am, and over to you.
Hello, good afternoon from Portugal. I hope everyone is it's okay. So I'm speaking about the career with success, how we can achieve success in our career, and I will share some tools that I use with mentees that I have do mentoring in the last years. So for me, the success starts within us. The first step is to look inside us, because before we lead a career, we need first lead ourselves. If we don't know to lead ourselves, how we can lead our career, how we can be a good leader and lead other people and teams. And the first, it's about self-awareness. What I challenge the people is to first know who I am. What is my vision? What is my purpose? And before Professor speak about purpose, and I like so much hearing him. And this is very, very important. I know what are my values, what are my vision, what are my purpose, what are my mission, what I would like to be on the future. So, and it's important to understand my strengths and my limits. If I don't know my strengths, it's not possible to use them to uplifting my career. And it's very important to limit also our the things that put me in the way that is not good for me. It's important to understand my limits. And other thing that I would like to know, it's about to understand and training the way to tell the others no. This is a problem that I was too, and this gave me a lot of problems. One of them at the moment is not easy, because usually I said everyone yes, 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 and I stay in the end of the line, and I say yes the things that are not according my values. So now it's important, if I want to be a success in my career, I need to say no to the others when the things are not allowing with my values. So another thing, it's about to take care. And when we know about self-care, when we take care about our self-care, when develop our self-care, we prevent burnout, we prevent anxiety, we prevent poor decisions too. So this is very, very important. Don't forget to be awareness. And more important than you have a lot of skills, a lot of hard skills, please invest in your human skills, invest in your self-knowledge. The next step is about self-care. How I can take care of the others if I don't care about me, if I don't take about myself. The first person more important in the world is not the children, is not the husband, is not the others, it's me. I am the person more important in the world. I can give my best to the others when I take care of myself. So please take care of your nutrition, take care of your sleep. don't forget to sleep well. Don't forget to sleep, because sometimes you push this and do a lot of things and to forget to take care of ourselves. And another thing is very important is about emotional management. And sometimes we have very difficult, and I accomplished a lot of people, and emotional intelligence continues to be a challenge to people. How I can live with my emotions, and if I don't know how I can live with my emotions, it's very difficult to uplift in my career. And because when I am exhausted, no, I don't inspire anyone around me. But when I am with the power, when I am well, the people look this, right? The people that push them lift, not down. And another topic very important that I develop with my mentees, it's about to put them with high visibility, put them with a high position in LinkedIn, in the lot of events. This is very, very important. More than it's important to take care about empty self promotions. It's more important to understand how I can help the others. What is my value? How I can put this to the world, how I can give values to the world. And networking is very, very important to develop a career, to be a good leader, because networking is about networking that I am here and that I met Ashkash. And this is very important for me because I like very much to be here. And today, sorry, because I have a lot of challenges that are not prepared. But this is networking. Networking is about networking that I am speaking from Portugal to India and to the other countries around the world. Networking is the basis to uplifting your career. Don't forget this. And more than people business cards, show you, give a good pitch about you, who is your value, how you can add values to the others, how is your difference on the market. And the last thing is about to develop relations win-win. If you want to grow in your career, you need to develop win-win relations. You need to take care about the people, not only about professionals, to support them to grow professional, but help them to grow too personal way too, because don't forget, they are people too. Even they work close to you, they are people. They have their challenge every day. They have a challenge with the family. They have a lot of challenge. So take care of your people. Show them that you are there to support them, to be there when they need. Imagine someone is, I remember when a member of my team was ill, he's alone. There is no one to take care of him. And I was with him to the doctor. I support him. I gave him food. I gave him the meals because he's alone. There is no wall. There is a lot of people that live alone, and this is very, very sad. So all the things that we can do to give a sun, a light to the others, it's a good for us, it's a good for others. And in this way that we can uplift and we can grow in our career. Thank you so much. And I am here if you have any doubts, or anything that you like to share with me. Thank you so much.
Yes, mostly networking. Yeah, we don't have network, and my mentor always says when network is important.
Sorry, I don't hear very well. Sorry, Haskars.
Yeah, my mentor many times said one network is one net worth. We
Yeah.
can provide network, we can capture like others like network has always been is important for the leaders. And thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
amazing
you so
things.
much. thank you for this opportunity. And next time I was more time. Sorry. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm
Yes,
so happy
thank you
to
very
be
much.
here, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity because my purpose is also to share my voice around the world. And I like very much each time that I am here, and I feel so happy each time. Thank you so much. Have a good day. I really only to finish, I would like to congratulate Ascaris because he was doing a very impactful work around the world. And I'm so happy for what he's doing, and I'm so happy for what he's doing for me and for the others that are here and for the others that will see us and hear us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am. And yes, thank you, everyone. It's as a professor and wishes now for joining the land and contributing in summit. So we have next month one more powerful summit in regional action as
Yeah.
the date, and that time we have official lab officially instruction family. So that we have so we share our details about that also, and we are starting digital courses also, and also webinars and summits virtually. It will be available for worldwide. So thank you and all the things and information because you always keeps a good in someone and me. So I need also your support for journey. This is the start of the new year, and I hope you all always support as usual. Me and Alexia. So thank you once again. Grateful for Sangeet for joining. Until the next time, again, we will meet next summit. Till take care. Great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.